What's good, IE Sports Radio fans? It's your boys, the tag team champions of the IE Sports Radio crew. The Crescent City Savage, T5, and the SoCal Saint back at it again with another new edition of the IE Wrestling Show. I know we missed last week. That was due to me being under the weather, but we are back live right now with y'all with an all-new episode. Let's go ahead and like the wrestlers do and let's cut the mic. Cut my music. What's good, y'all? We are back live. T5, how you been, man? Sorry I was not around last week, man. I hope you're doing well.
And that's what's up, man. Health is key, bro. I'm glad you're doing better, man. It's all great. We still on this side. We up. We back at it. Let's get it.
That's right. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. We got some stuff to talk about, man. We got some pop culture stuff to talk about since we try to implement all that into this show now. And it is a little wrestling oriented because the two topics I have today are about the recent trailer that came out from a really successful movie studio that actually brought us the film The Iron Claw last year. That was last year, right? Or was it the year before? I think it might have been the year before. I think it was December 2023, if I'm not mistaken. The A24 with their new film, the biopic of mixed martial artist Mark Kerr, portrayed by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the Smashing Machine. I don't know if you saw that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I discussed that real quick, and then John Cena, James Gunn, and the folks at DC Studios announced that the trailer for Peacemaker Season 2 drops tomorrow. So we got to talk about some of our expectations for Season 2 of Peacemaker because, not to get too nerdy, but this is going to be the first DCU Peacemaker season, since technically Season 1 belongs to the previous DCEU, which is no longer in existence, apparently. So, got a lot to talk about. Plus, Backlash, which I spaced on almost, is this coming Saturday, May 10th, live from St. Louis, Missouri. So we'll have to preview that card as well. But before we get into it, let's hear from our official.
Hello? Hey. Man, that was wild. Martine dipped for a second. SoCal Saint dipped for a second. I don't have any of the controls of the drop, so I don't know what. Oh, here you go. Oh, he was about to come back.
Technical difficulty there. Stupid ass. I accidentally hit the back button. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and get into our official sponsors so we can get into some actual talking about, the stuff we want to talk about. Let's get this out the way. We'll be right back in just a moment, y'all. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at @sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's good, y'all? We're back live right here on the IE Wrestling Show. Thank you to the official sponsors for keeping the lights on here for us to make us available to do what we can do for y'all each and every week. And thank y'all, the loyal listeners of this show, because Lord knows if you didn't follow IE Wrestling Show on X, TikTok, or Blue Sky, you would not know the show was on. So I appreciate that. So thank you very much. So please continue to follow IE Wrestling Show on X, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And follow my boy, T5. His two pages right here on X belong to Ed Who Is T Fizzle. And that's his personal page. And then at Crescent City _IE. That belongs to his official show, which, boom, right here. Look at that. Side scrolling down below. The Crescent City Connection airs live Saturdays, high noon, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Am I correct? I just want to make sure I had that correct, brother.
Yes, sir. High noon Saturdays.
That's right. If you want to hear and talk about everything Louisiana sports, from the New Orleans Pelicans to the LSU Tigers to, of course, Who Dat Nation, New Orleans Saints, My boy, the Crescent City Savage, is your man. The Crescent City Connection is your show. Please check it out. Again, live Saturdays, airing 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just want to give you some love, man, so we can get them viewers up for you, brother.
Appreciate it, sir. Appreciate it.
Another sponsorship that's near and dear to my heart, being an autism father myself, I just wanted to get this out there that I have a little store trying to earn some shekels for the show, but that's not really the main reason. It's really to bring more awareness to autism spectrum disorder, and any people that are on the spectrum, or families and friends that deal that have someone in their life, or deal with autism on a daily basis. My Daily Bloom is a website that creates products like shirts, tumblers, cups, even educational material for people that are in the autism community, people who work in the autism community, and families with people on the autism spectrum. Go to mydailyBloom.com/pages/my-shop. Link below. Use the promo code PCW for 15% off at checkout. That's PCW. It's a page I renamed it, Pop Culture Wrestling for Autism. And you use that promo code PCW, and you get 15% off your entire purchase at checkout. So it really is for the website. Honestly, it's not really for me. I could really care less if I make anything off of it whatsoever. Hell, I probably wouldn't even accept it, honestly. I just want to save y'all some money, and it helps bring attention to their products and just more awareness to autism. So if you can, just check it out. I really would appreciate it, y'all. Let's get into it, man. The Saintly Savage Pop Culture Minute. I feel like we should have like them
Yeah, bro.
We're talking about this, but so yeah, man. So I know I mentioned it at the top of the hour. So yeah, A24's The Smashing Machine, starring The Rock and Emily Blunt, playing the wife of Mark Kerr in this movie. And they actually have some real UFC fighters in this movie too. I think I saw Bass Rutten in the background, legendary mixed martial artist. I'm trying to think if I caught anybody else in the trailer. I'd have to go back and watch it again, but it looks good, man. It looks like Rock's trying to get on that Academy Award kick. You know how there's always that one film that's like Academy Award bait. This definitely feels that way. And I'm like, I didn't think Rock had it in him, but it looks pretty good just from the trailer so far. And Rock, whatever prosthesis they put on him, he does not look like himself. Like right off hand when you first look at it. What'd you think, man?
Hated it. That Rock, I was expecting The Rock, the final boss. So I heard The Smashing Machine. Whoo, you had me at hello. And when I turned around and seen the trailer, disappointed. That Emily Blunt, what is she doing? I mean,
yeah.
What's going on? What's the smashing act? I want to see two gladiators in the ring. The big Rock and that prosthesis. Hated it.
Excuse me. I thought
I just wanted him to carry me away.
You go, girl.
Oh man. No,
I just saw this movie as like just a big epic, just big love story between two masculine men, just big bulls in this octagon of love, and they just slamming into each other. Hence the name, The Smashing Machine.
I was so disappointed. I'm expecting two men to enter and one man.
I'll give that 2 snaps and a kiss.
Oh man, it's too early.
It's too early for this. And that was a dated reference for all y'all youngins out there.
Oh boy, if y'all didn't get that one, oh my goodness, you was.
If y'all didn't get that, shame on you for not knowing good comedy.
Shame on you. Hey, I'm like Marty McFly. Hey, you may not dig it, but your parents will love it.
That's right.
Nah, y'all.
In all seriousness, what'd you think?
Yeah, bro. I liked it, man. Like you said, The Rock going out there, man. He's starting to get them. He's starting to take those parts that are challenging him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because I heard he got the Scorsese joint. He talking about doing.
That's right. Yeah, he's gonna be in that Scorsese. Excuse me,
The
Scorsese
mob, the Hawaiian, the Hawaiian mob and stuff.
with
Like, what?
yeah, he's playing the main antagonist for that, and Leonardo DiCaprio is gonna be in it, and Emily Blunt is once again cast in that movie as well. So big cast, man.
I'm like, yeah, Rock, go ahead on, bro. But yeah, this one right here, yeah, I seen a couple of dudes like you were talking about, and I was like, man, I seen I was wondering what he was gonna look like, and they did a real good job and everything. So, man,
Yeah, when you see like the side by side comparisons of him and the actual Mark Kerr, it's pretty damn spot on, man. Like, I don't know what the prosthesis or the makeup situation was for this, but he looks a lot like Mark Kerr, and even Rock is. It seems like he's attempting to even sound different because he doesn't sound like himself when he's speaking in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at least in the few parts that you see him talking.
Yeah,
talking, it doesn't sound like Rock's, typical Rock voice. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm all for. I'm down. I was going to see this movie anyway, just because I'm a big biopic nerd when it comes to. I love watching biopics.
Yeah, me too.
About anyone and everyone, pretty much. So, especially sports-based ones are always really entertaining. So
that's kind of how I am, because even if it's somebody I really don't know, like for instance, what that was, Lords of Dogtown.
I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies, man.
I was into skateboarding when I was young.
Same here. And being from California,
and I used to watch the skate stuff on MTV and Nickelodeon and
yeah.
I either had my old Ninja Turtle skateboard, but I didn't know like the names and stuff.
Yeah,
the dudes.
Those guys are the godfathers of pro skateboarding, man.
I watched that movie and I was like, I knew like the update. I knew like the 90s skaters, like from Tony Hawk and the Tony Hawk games and stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't know like, the OGs and stuff.
Yeah, these are the guys that set the standard, man.
Plus I knew a lot of the actors, the young actors that were in the movie. So I was like, okay, cool. Oh boy in there. All right. So I watched the movie and I was like, dang, that was really good. And then plus you got wised up to some of the stuff, the characters and the actors and everything. So I was like, I'm always into a biopic, especially if it's something I'm into.
Yeah. And, like Hollywood's always going to take liberties with those type of stories. Like, it's probably when you really think about it, it's maybe about 60 to 75% true, and the rest of it is just fluff. But I mean, it still ends up being a pretty good movie. You know what I mean? Depending on what type of film it is. I mean, there's, oh man, I'm trying to think of some of my favorite biopics. Ray comes to mind.
That was great.
Ray. That is downright one of the best films
like
ever.
You real life forgot that was Jamie Foxx.
Exactly. Jamie Foxx embodied Ray. Man, that was such a good man. That made me a fan of Ray Charles music, and I never really that was way before my time. That's like my grandfather and grandmother's.
Yeah, I grew up listening to Ray Charles. My parents listened to him and stuff.
Yeah,
and I used to have I don't know if you remember the Pepsi commercials.
I do remember the Diet Pepsi.
You got the right one, baby.
Yeah,
I used to have that T-shirt.
Exposure to him.
I used to have that T-shirt in elementary school. You got the right one, baby. So
I grew
up with Ray Charles, man. So
right,
Jamie Foxx did Ray. I 100%. Like I wasn't looking at him like that's Jamie Foxx playing Ray Charles. I was like, that's Ray Charles.
Exactly. Just like what's another good bop? It seems like a lot of the really great ones are a lot of music oriented ones, like Walk the Line.
That was a good
one with Joaquin Phoenix was really good. This isn't Rock's first time doing a biopic either, because if you've been following Rock's film career, any fans out there, Gridiron Gang was based on a true
biopic based on a true story
as well. So I don't know how much of it was in fact true and what but that was his first biopic that he ever made in terms of being based on a real events or based on a true story or whatever. You know what I mean? And then Pain and Gain is another one that's technically based on a true story too, where he plays a part of that gym crew that that kidnapped that guy and stole all his money, and then they killed those people, and that was a crazy ass movie. Him and Mark Wahlberg and Anthony Mackie. Have you seen that? Oh man, you need to watch that movie. That movie is crazy, and a lot of it is actually true that happens. And that's what makes it even crazier. And randomly, Kurt Angle pops up in that movie in a cameo in a jail fight scene against The Rock.
What?
Yeah. So, and this is Kurt Angle during his TNA run. So this wasn't Kurt Angle in the WWE. This film came out. Kurt Angle was already like at least 3 or 4 years deep into his TNA run whenever this movie came out. Look it up, man. Pain and Gain. Anybody?
Man, I'm gonna look that up.
Pain and Gain. That movie is crazy. And Rock plays like this born again Christian, just freshly out of jail meathead. Basically, and then he becomes like a crazy cokehead. It's a whole lot, man.
I did hear about that, but I never seen it. Him and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah, I did hear about that, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. That's another good one. Trying to think what else. That's another good biopic, man. Damn, there's so many like out there. It's not. I guess technically it wasn't a biopic per se that came out in theaters, but a lot of our people, I know you know this, you got to know this because a lot of our people love this movie, The Temptations.
Bro, little child, running wild.
Oh man, The Temptations.
Oh, bro, that was so good.
Yeah, they ain't come to see you, Otis.
Oh, bro, that was good, bro.
Right? They ain't coming to see you, Otis. They're coming to see me.
Yep.
Shit.
Solid 10 out of 10.
I love that. Love that movie, man.
Yep.
One of my most recent favorite ones too. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but Get On Up, late great Chadwick Boseman. That was a good movie, man. As him as James Brown. James Brown, yeah, the Godfather of Soul himself. Hey. Oh man, what a good movie, man! And that movie, man, James Brown, man. I know he wasn't probably the best person in the world, but a lot of people aren't. But man, his musical influence is still felt today, man. Because he can still
ain't lying, bro.
A lot of music, man.
Like entertaining, he influenced so many people like that we grew up on,
right?
And even people that came out today, like a lot of your favorite entertainers were influenced by James Brown. So
exactly.
Trickle down effect.
Oh yeah, for sure,
man.
Like
if you was influenced by Michael Jackson, guess what? You was influenced by James Brown.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Especially a lot of Michael's dance moves came from James.
Yep.
A lot of that. Speaking of Michael, man, are you excited about the Michael Jackson biopic that's coming out?
Yep.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for that. I grew up a Michael fan. Controversy or not, I don't care. This isn't whatever your opinions of Michael out there in the chat room, keep it to yourself because I don't give a damn about it. Michael is my dude. He'll always be my dude. I love MJ, Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Nothing will ever deter me from hating that man.
Bro, speaking of biopics, the Jackson 5, American Dream?
Yes, that.
Bruh.
I love that. I love that one. That actually was really good for what it was back in the day.
Talking about that the other day, and how
I like that one.
I forgot how we got on the subject with Michael Jackson in the mouse. He had the mouse as a pet.
Yeah, Ben.
And Joe Jackson was wilding and stuff like that. Man, bruh.
That was such a good movie, man. A lot of big actors came out of that movie that you see today. Yep. Like Terrence Howard played Jackie, I think. Jackie Jackson in that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jason Weaver played young Michael.
That's right. Yeah, he played young Michael, little Michael. Holly Robinson Pete was in that, I think, right? And Vanessa Williams was in that. Oh God, who else was in that?
We were talking about, man. That's what they had Michael when he got burnt on in the Pepsi shoot.
Yes. Oh God, and then and then Angela Bassett, of course, was in that. She played the matriarch. She played Catherine.
Of course, yeah, she played.
Yeah, man, that's a good little. It was like a made for TV like movie.
Yeah,
sections, right? It wasn't like all in one long movie.
Nah,
right?
it was chopped up into sections.
All right. Speaking of that, Okay, real quick before we move on to the next topic, the New Edition story. Man,
Bruh.
that was damn good.
Bruh.
Loved it, and I hate giving BET props because I feel like BET is garbage nowadays. But
It's not the same, bruh.
they did their thing with that.
It's not the same. I've been checked out at BET for it.
Same here, but when I heard they were doing
but I had to come back for that one.
I came back for that one for sure. And then when stupid ass came back for the Bobby Brown one, I was just like, come on, Bobby.
Bruh.
Come on, Bobby.
When I tell you I grew up on New Edition.
Me too, brother.
I got 3 older sisters that were teenagers when I was like 4.
Yeah.
So I grew up on New Edition, dude.
Oh man,
Bobby
me
Brown
too, man.
Bro, that was my stuff right there, bro.
Me too,
All
man.
the time.
The Heartbreak album, still one of the best albums of any group. I'll put that up against anything. I don't care.
Bro,
that has banger after banger after banger on that album. Okay? You got Nothing Can Hold a Candle to the original version of Can You Stand the Rain. Love. Come on.
Boy, get out of here with that. Boy, get out of here.
You're Not My Kind of Girl. Like, they have so many bangers on that.
Bro, I didn't know that Johnny Gill, I didn't know the stuff about Johnny Gill.
Yeah, right.
I enjoying this stuff because, I was like a little kid. I didn't know nothing.
Right.
I didn't know that Johnny Gill was just chilling. The next thing you know, they added him when Bobby left.
Yeah, and then Ralph was like thinking about leaving or whatever, or they thought Ralph was leaving, so they actually got Johnny to replace Ralph.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know all that and stuff. Like I said, I didn't know about the Bobby stuff till I got way older. Because at that time, you couldn't tell me nothing about Bobby. Bobby was my dude.
Yeah, Bobby Brown, man. I love Bobby.
Bobby went solo?
Man.
That was a wrap for me, bro. He popped up on the Ghostbusters soundtrack.
Yeah.
That was a wrap for me, bro. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was in the movie theaters tripping.
Shit.
Ghostbusters in the end.
Hell yeah, man.
Boy,
I
you
love
couldn't
that song
tell
too.
me nothing.
That was
such a good
Bobby Brown. Man. That was one of the best one, most recent for sure. I wish they would come out with that, like, right. I think I could watch it right now because it's part of my Paramount Plus subscription. But I wish they would actually have physical media, or I would love to actually own that because I actually own the Temptations one. I would love to actually have that one too, man.
Yeah, because I love to just pull it up whenever I want to. Pull it up, pop it in.
Exactly. This one is not. I know it's not a biopic, but people and even the people behind the film say it took a lot from like different groups, like the Four Tops and the Temptations and a couple others. The 5 Heartbeats.
The 5 Heartbeats? Yeah, I knew you was gonna say that, bro. Yeah.
Heartbeats.
That was good. Boy, that's undefeated to this day.
I love that movie.
Folks still quote 5 Heartbeats to this day,
yeah.
bro. Robert Townsend.
Robert Townsend, dude, man. I love me some Meteor Man, bro.
Yeah, Meteor Man. Bro. The LeBlanc kids.
yeah, the Golden Lords.
The Golden Lords? Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, then they had so many OGs in that movie, man.
Yes, they did. They had a lot of OGs in 5 Heartbeats too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was a good movie, man. Love that movie.
Man.
Yeah.
Like hearing how Robert Townsend put so many people on.
Yeah, Hollywood Shuffle too.
Yeah, Hollywood Shuffle, bro. And then hearing how him and Keenan was roommates and stuff. And that's how
Keenan Ivory. Yeah.
Hearing that whole story from Damon.
Yeah, that's right.
Bro, that tripped me out, bro. I was like, man, I knew they was cool and stuff like that, but
I love Keenan, man. Keenan is a genius, man. He's highly underrated.
100%, bro. 100%. I like that. What you would call they both had the fire Jerry curl jokes.
Oh God, yeah.
Woo! Hollywood Shuffle. Oh boy had the Jerry curl and he couldn't see.
Good stuff, man.
Bruh.
Oh man, I'm late on responding to this, but shout out to Marcus Lowe's great. He was in the chat room. I don't know if he's still with us or not, but thanks, man, for stopping by. No yeet. Yeet. Marcus Lowe, great. Of course, he's the host of our boxing show right here on IE Sports Radio. Oh my God, the name of the show. I'm having a brain fart at the moment. Come on now, Martine. I know you know this. I'm talking to myself, trying to remember. God, what is it? Oh God, gloves off. Right, gloves off. Sorry, I do apologize, Marcus. I don't know why I had a brain fart on that.
Speaking of boxing, what about Ali?
Oh, that was a good one too. Yeah, that was a really good one. Will did his thing on that. Yeah, the champ. Yeah, the champ is here. Oh, I'm so pretty. I want to see a real biopic done about Tyson, man. I want to see an actual one redone because I know HBO,
I remember they did one. They did one on HBO, if I'm not mistaken.
That was Michael Jai White that played him. Yeah, Michael Jai White portrayed Tyson in that. But I would like to see one that show, like, I guess, like, just a different one that's more
updated.
Yeah, just more updated, like up to where he is now. I guess.
Yeah.
Like after his career and because he seems like at least to me on the surface, it seems like he's in a better place now. Whenever he
it seems like they got more of a story now.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be more of a redemption arc, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, man, because like he had his time when he was away, and we ain't heard nothing from him after all them fights and stuff. Like drag him out of retirement with Holyfield and junk and all that stuff, and he was gone for a long while.
Right.
He bounced back and everything. Like, man, is that Mike Tyson? And I remember when he popped up in The Hangover, it was just so random.
Yeah,
you were like, man, what the hell, Mike Tyson? Everything he did was like random. Next thing he pop up in the WWE, you like,
right?
Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson back?
Oh man, I would love to see a biopic for. I'm interested in like a lot of the old school like big sports figures from when I was a kid that you don't hear about too often anymore. Like I would be interested in seeing like a Bo Jackson movie.
Yeah,
you don't hear too much about Bo anymore. People don't talk about Bo as much nowadays.
Bo be staying low key as I don't know what.
Hey, that's cool. I mean, he made his money. He did his thing. He's still a legend. People talk about him to this day. Like, I still think. I mean, I don't know. Is he even in the Hall of Fame? If he's not, he certainly should be.
The last thing I seen Bo Jackson on might have been like a 30 for 30.
Yeah.
It might have been an ESPN 30 for 30 if I'm not mistaken. And then he showed him like, because he was into like the woodsy outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, in his little his little tools. He had like a little tool shed. And he was like making arrows for his bow and arrow and stuff and all kind of little hunting stuff and junk. And I was like, that's what you do. And I'm like, dang, you really don't hear about Bo Jackson.
I would love to see a Bo Jackson biopic. Hell.
Yeah, man, because he was like it.
Yeah.
For a while, man. When he got out of college, and then when he got into the pros, he was like,
and he was doing the two sports.
He was doing the two sports thing. He was it, bro. He was on Pro Stars with Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky.
I remember that. Yes,
bro. He was on top of it. Bo knows.
Yeah, he was.
He had the fire endorsements. And then he caught the injuries, man.
Yeah.
That was.
I would like to see a Bo Jackson biopic. That'd be cool to see that. Trying to think of some other sports figures I wouldn't mind seeing I wouldn't mind seeing a biopic on Dale Earnhardt Sr. That would be an interesting story. It'd be sad.
Yeah, it would be because you know how it's about to go down.
Right.
But that kind of it'd be kind of interesting because you have that group of fans that even if you don't watch NASCAR,
you know him.
Dale Earnhardt. And
exactly. Like I don't watch NASCAR, but I know who Dale Earnhardt is, and
me
I know
too. Like I don't watch I clown NASCAR as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
As a sport, but I know a lot of the drivers from that era.
Yeah, like a lot of the drivers that kind of transcended the sport itself. There's like Dale Earnhardt Jr. There was Todd Petty, Jeff Gordon. Like those big names are the ones that transcended the sport, where it's like you don't even have to watch the sport to know who they are.
Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
because I remember back in high school wearing the whatchamacallem jackets, the little puffy jacket.
jackets.
You go to the mall.
Yeah.
And you get the DuPont jacket.
Yeah, the DuPont jacket. I remember that.
Whatchamacallem, a Home Depot jacket.
Yeah.
Like the race car drivers, that used to be the thing, man, back in high school.
Right. That's funny.
But yeah, that would be interesting to see a Dale Earnhardt story, to see how he got into racing, and then his life and everything, and having a little boy and end up getting into racing himself.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool to see. Yeah, that'd be a little wild to see that. Man, I don't know if there's any other like a wrestling one I would like to see, because man, wrestling's so crazy. I mean, like I don't know how much you can get away with in a wrestling bout, but
Yeah, because most of the ones they weren't biopics, they were like straight up documentaries.
Yeah, because it seems like
we had the Andre documentary,
right?
And to do an Andre, bro, that'd be hard.
That would be very hard to do an Andre one.
I mean, big old dude to play Andre.
The guy that Rock found for Young Rock was, I mean, decent for television. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know if that guy could hold a whole film though. I would like to, honestly, you know what? I'll say this: I would like to see a biopic of Kurt Angle, because it would have a mix of the Olympics, or at least like maybe it could be like his early life and not get into wrestling. Like just do Kurt's life through the Olympics, like, and then the movie could like end with him like signing with the WWE or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to see a biopic about Kurt. That'd be interesting.
Maybe. I think you could. I think you could get away with that with starting with his early life and then up into the Olympics, and then ending with him
winning the gold medal,
WWE, because that's what he's most known for.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing. I think that'd be actually a really good, biopic. At least like it there's a whole lot of interest there, I would think, especially after they had that other biopic, the Foxcatcher. Kurt was omitted from that because Kurt was there when all that went down. Kurt was on the team. When that happened with the DuPonts and when the guy killed the head coach of the wrestling team, the Foxcatcher, with Steve Carell and oh God, what's his name? Hulk from MCU. God, what's his name? Oh, I'm having a blank. Who the hell's the actor that plays the Hulk in the MCU? Damn it.
Whatchamacallem? Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo played the coach that Steve Carell's character kills, and then Channing Tatum is his brother. Is Mark Ruffalo's brother in that was also on the wrestling team. But Kurt Angle was on Team Foxcatcher during that. He was trading there when all that shit went down. Yeah, so like, but he was omitted from the film. Like, he's not a character at all in the film at all. Like,
dang.
Yeah, so
cold-blooded.
I would like to see, I guess Kurt's biopic, and maybe touch on that, because Kurt, in his documentary that they did on Peacock with him, Angle. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen it. I heard about it though.
You should watch that one. That one's really good. He talks. They actually interviewed the widow of Mark Ruffalo's character, and she called Kurt personally because she wanted to create her own wrestling team in honor of her slain husband, and she picked Kurt to be the first member of the team, and Kurt was on that team and rode that team through to the Olympics and to the gold medal.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. So. I mean, like, there's a whole part of that was missing from that story. But I mean, it wasn't about Kurt, so that's why I understand why he wasn't, why he wasn't a part of the story, and at least in that version of it. So, but yeah, so with all that said and done, I think it's safe to say that we're interested in seeing the Smashing Machine. I think it'd be hopefully it ends up being as good as the trailers make it appear. So.
We need a John Cena biopic next.
Sure, shit.
In a couple of years.
Yeah, right. I don't know about that one. That one might be.
He ain't letting us in. He ain't letting us in.
Not that deep, but
he ain't letting us in. What you see is what you get. He ain't letting us in.
You know what actually would be kind of an interesting biopic? In the same way that they made that movie Saturday Night. Have you seen that?
Bro, I want to though.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I haven't seen it yet myself.
Oh, it's on Netflix now?
Yeah, it is.
Bro, I know what
I don't know what Saturday Night is.
I want to see that.
It's a film. It's a biopic about the first episode of Saturday Night Live, like the whole process. Like, they go on the air, and it looked really interesting. And I heard a lot of great things about it. So I haven't yet seen it, but
bro, I seen the trailer and I was like, bro, I want to see this, man.
Yeah, I would like to see a version similar to that about the first WrestleMania.
That would be fire.
I think that would be really cool to see. It would definitely take a lot of character actors to portray.
Oh yeah,
Hogan, Mr. T, Piper, Orndorff, McMahon. You know, it would take a lot of people to pull that off, man. It would take a lot of character actors to pull something off like that. But I think that would actually be really interesting.
That don't work for me, brother. You gotta get my old John Hancock on this one, brother.
Oh, God.
That don't work for me, brother.
That don't work for me, brother. I don't like that. No, brother.
You got a real American, brother.
Oh, man. Next little tidbit of the Saintly Savage Pop Culture Minute, of course, I mentioned Peacemaker. John Cena, James Gunn, and the official DC Studios social media accounts have all stated that tomorrow the teaser trailer drops, and we have a confirmed release date on Max. Peacemaker Season 2 goes live on Max August 21st. And I was a huge fan of Peacemaker Season 1. I thought that was one of the best comic book television shows in quite some time. It was so funny. It was action-packed. The chemistry between Cena and his like little crew that was put together by Amanda Waller, I thought that was really and the intro was like legendary to that song, like do you really want to taste that? And they're dancing, and the whole thing about it was just so ridiculous, but in a good way. And but I'm just wondering what to expect now, because I'm about to get nerdy on all y'all fans out there. I know I'm hopefully T5 knows what I'm talking about, since he's a nerd just like myself. Of course, James Gunn and Pete Safran are now the heads of DC Studios, and they've basically rehauled the whole thing. And the DCEU, as we know it, is no longer in existence. That's why we're getting a new Superman movie with a new actor. Only certain characters are carried over from the previous timeline or universe, like John Cena's Peacemaker, Viola Davis's Amanda Waller. I'm trying to think who else has been carried over. Oh God, it hasn't been confirmed yet. I've heard rumors that Margot Robbie has not been replaced as Harley Quinn, but I don't know. I mean, because James Gunn did direct the Suicide Squad, which was the sequel, technically the reboot / sequel to the original Suicide Squad movie, and she was in that. She was Harley Quinn in that. So, and that's where John Cena made his first appearance as Peacemaker. And they talk about that in the first season a lot. They always go back.
Yeah, they do reference it.
They reference it a lot. And so James Gunn said that certain things are still canon in this season, in this new DC universe from season 1 of Peacemaker, but certain things are not, which includes the ending of season 1, which makes me scratch my head a bit, because at the end of season 1, John Cena comes face to face with the Justice League, and it's Wonder Woman, Superman, Jason Momoa's Aquaman, and Ezra Miller's Flash. So everything, I guess, is canon except for that particular moment in the ending, which I don't know how he can explain away that, but whatever. I guess it's a throwaway where we really shouldn't have to think about it. But in any case, I'm looking forward to this, and I can't wait to see the teaser trailer.
I think a lot of the stuff from Suicide Squad was canon in what that is, Creature
Commandos.
Yeah, Creature Commandos.
That was good.
They mentioned a lot of that stuff.
They mentioned about Rick Flags because Rick Flag Sr. Character now in the DCU, played by
Weasel in there.
Frank Grillo.
Yeah.
And Weasel. Yeah, and Weasel was in a character in Suicide Squad, the movie, and he was a character in Creature Commandos. And so
they mentioned a lot of that in there too. So
and King Shark
carryover
in there too. King Shark popped up at the very last episode.
Yeah, at the end, yeah.
That actually was a lot better than I expected. Creature Commandos.
It was, man.
Very good.
I didn't know what to expect from it because I never heard of it before. I thought
neither did I. I never heard of those characters before.
Because I thought about this might be whack. So I sat there and watched, and I was like, "Dang, this is pretty dope." And I knew some of the voice actors. And I was like, "All right." And it turned out to be way better than I expected. I came back every week for that one.
I did. I didn't miss an episode.
Y'all got me.
It was good. It was very good. So I'm interested. I'm giving I'm trying to give James Gunn the benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still salty about my boy Henry Cavill no longer being Superman. I thought he was a damn good Superman.
You and everybody else, bro. Because say what y'all will about Batman. Say what y'all will about Batman versus Superman. Man of Steel was dope, bro.
Man of Steel was dope.
Y'all gonna leave me alone.
Man of Steel was dope. I'll die on that hill.
Zod squaring up.
I'll die on that hill.
I'm right along with you.
I love that movie. Man of Steel was such a good movie,
bro. Him and Zod squaring up.
That fight was awesome,
movie, bro. Y'all leave me alone.
I'm in the minority. I liked Batman v Superman.
I did too.
I liked it. I liked the director's cut too, the longer version that puts the back into it. Because I love, dude. The beginning is so epic. So you see that epic fight with Zod and Superman from Man of Steel from the perspective of Batman. So it's like you get an understanding as to why he doesn't trust Superman.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get that idea. And I know they came with a lot of memes, like especially when he saved that little girl after the fight was over or the fight was still going on. It's like, oh God, look at Bruce finding another orphan. But I thought Ben was a good Batman. I know he doesn't think back on his time as Batman fondly because of the shit show that happened with the Justice League and DC being in one of the overbearing studio that they were. I know he doesn't look back fondly on his time as Batman, but he really honestly was probably one of the better Batmans that we got on screen.
He was a solid Batman. I liked it, man.
He had the look, like he legit looked like. There was somebody made like a collage of photos of him side by side with the Batman the animated series, Kevin Conroy's Batman.
Yeah.
And he legit was almost like that version of Batman in live action just by facials. Like he looked like that Batman, the chiseled jaw and everything, you know what I mean? Like
because you're very rarely going to find somebody that can play both Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Exactly, and I thought he did a damn good job as both. And then I love the fact that they made the choice of giving him a voice modulator, and instead of him having to talk like this, Batman suit,
what do you say? Where is he?
I love the voice modulation. I thought that was great because who wouldn't It seems like a genius idea. Why wouldn't
you got the money?
Exactly. Why wouldn't you buy something like that to mask your voice so nobody could tell it was you?
See, that's the cheapest thing in your utility belt. We seen what he was getting all.
It's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer. I thought it was great. And then Zack Snyder's Zack Snyder's Justice League was fantastic. I thought that was the version
that gets a lot of flack.
It does. I enjoyed it because that's the version we should have got.
That's the version we should have got.
And it's a damn shame that we didn't because
didn't follow up with it. The way it ended and everything, I'm like,
exactly.
I need the follow up.
Yeah, it just left us wanting more.
Discount.
Yeah,
I need you to stick the landing.
Yep,
it won't get it. I was like,
we won't get it. It's one of those great failures, I guess.
That's like when you jump off the diving board and before you stick the landing, the screen go black.
Exactly. It's like Yeah, so it's just one of those great mysteries of Hollywood for these movies that you hear about and never get made. Like Superman Lives with Nicolas Cage. I would love to see that. I would have loved to have seen.
I'm actually kind of curious. I'm kind of curious.
You know,
even though we got some better Superman in past and present, I'm kind of curious.
I'm curious too. That's why I would love to see them. I wish they would take that script and turn it into a graphic novel. You know?
Yeah, because the story was actually pretty good.
Yeah, because I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Actually pretty good. That's why I was so
mind seeing that. I don't know why they don't do that. You know, and then but things are changed now. James Gunn is running the DCU his way, and
bro, remember the Black Superman they were supposed to come out with?
Yeah, what happened to that?
What happened to that? Boy, everybody was ready to lose their mind.
I know.
They heard the next one because this Superman was supposed to be the Black Superman story, and they was talking about Michael B. Jordan, and everybody was losing their mind.
Yeah,
bro, they went gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that. Apparently they canceled. Something was Sergeant Rock. They were supposed to be making a Sergeant Rock film, but they canceled that. That was supposed to be Colin Farrell was playing Sergeant Rock, but that's gone now. We don't know what the hell's going on with Matt Reeves' Batman 2 because he can't finish the script right now because he's going through some stuff. So it's been pushed back and pushed back. Right now, the release date is 2027, and it was supposed to be coming out this year or next year originally. So, God, that's what, like 3 or 4 years since
into the future.
Since the first one, and then it's going to be like 2 or 3 years after the Penguin, which it's because it's supposed to be following the Penguin, which was also really awesome. That was very good.
Very good.
Very good. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect. I know they're filming Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow right now, and Jason Momoa is still in the DCU, but he's no longer Aquaman. He is Lobo.
Yep,
he's playing the man Lobo.
Ooh, Lobo, baby.
Who's gonna be in DCU's new Aquaman
from Lobo? That's another one. That's another one of them hires where you like, oh yeah, that's him. That's definitely.
Yeah, he's definitely perfect for Lobo.
Yeah, that's him.
As much as I liked his version of Aquaman, he's better suited for Lobo.
Way better suited for Lobo.
Yeah, way better suited. Man, I don't know who they could get to play the Flash, or I'm trying to fan cast right now. I saw this awesome picture of somebody said, "Just do this, James Gunn. He's your friend. Just do it." And somebody did a fan cast AI image of Michael Rosenbaum from Smallville, who played Lex Luthor. He's good friends with James Gunn.
Yeah.
As Wally West, because he portrayed Wally, the voice of Wally on the Justice League cartoon that we all loved back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I fucking love that. Especially because apparently it's been confirmed that it's not Barry Allen in the DCU, it's Wally. It's Wally West as Flash. So that was confirmed in when Creature Commandos came out. James Gunn came out, I guess, and said that
he did say that was Wally West.
He did say that was Wally. That scene where Amanda Waller had that vision from that chick, and it showed like all the heroes like dead.
Yeah, they did confirm that
Wally
was
was Flash that was laying there. So I don't know
like, James Gunn, bro. Like I'm kind of like, hey, the proof is in the pudding, dude. He be putting on, bro. He be putting on. So I'm willing to give him the benefit of a doubt. He had some cohesion to the DC universe. It was kind of all over the place, man.
It really was.
You had Batman over here, Superman over here,
and Rock didn't help
the CW stuff over here.
The CW stuff was better than the DCEU stuff.
Bro, it was, and they were we were just like, bro, why don't you just take the CW stuff and carry it on over to the movies?
Yeah, or at least get the writers that are writing the damn shows to write the fucking movies.
Cause everybody was like, bro, Ezra Miller tripping. Get Grant start playing games.
Come on, yeah. Like, how you never have Grant in that?
Playing games. Stop trying to salvage this. Go get old boy because they did the little teaser with the two of them together.
Yes.
I'm like, why don't you just go it on and do it?
Exactly. And
Go
like
on, cut your ties.
they were doing things that they only wish they could do in the films. Like they had a more cohesive universe. They were the CW Arrowverse was I would say was on par in terms of like being connected like the MCU. I would say they were just as connected as the MCU is. Like they were damn near on par.
Star City. Next thing you know, you see the ripple effect happen over in Gotham. You see something happen in Gotham. Next thing you know, you hear the ripple effect.
Exactly. And then they did those team ups that were like Avengers movies.
Woo!
And the biggest one was the Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was awesome.
Boy, they had me at hello, bro.
That was awesome. That was like Endgame level epic.
Superman, when they brought Tom Welling back.
Yes.
Him and Ducky. I keep calling him Ducky.
Yeah.
It's Ducky.
Yeah.
When they had him and Ducky Lex Luthor interact, he thought he was like, what do you mean you don't have your powers?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. That to me that was like almost Endgame level epic, and for them anyway, you know, because they went all out with that. They really went all out with that.
Bro, this was TV, bro.
Exactly. That was television. Can you imagine how?
Then he had a boy play both characters. He played his character from whatchamacallit, and then he turned around and played his character from he played the Superman.
Yeah, Brandon Routh.
Yeah, I was like, bro,
yes.
Y'all doing a lot right now.
They should have. The Flash movie should have been the jumping off point to at least resetting the universe. They could have led into a Crisis movie from there and then reset things to where they are now instead of just like, we're going cold turkey. Boom. You know what I mean?
Because that was like weak sauce Flashpoint.
Exactly. Now I won't even distinguish that as a Flash because Flashpoint was such the story for Flashpoint is so damn good. That was such a disservice to that story to even think about saying like, oh, this is like that. No, it's not. Not anywhere close. Bro,
because the animated Flash was so killer.
The animated one was killer, and then the story into the comic book itself was good.
Me and the homies, not just me and the homies, me and the internet. When that came out, that's all everybody could talk about, bruh. We need a live action Flashpoint.
Yes.
Was killer. Flashpoint was undefeated.
Yes. It's just sad for what we got, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, that's why I called it weak sauce. Because I seen what they was trying to do.
Yeah. You know, it wishful thinking, man. It's like we're being armchair quarterbacks for our favorite comic books. And
I was like, man, if Wonder Woman ain't on here killing some little kid heroes, I don't want it.
Right? Oh my God!
Take this back. Take the tray back. I don't want it.
Or murdering
If Wonder Woman ain't fighting Aquaman and the Atlanteans, I don't want it.
Right? If Wonder Woman ain't banging Aquaman and then killing his woman because she found out, I don't want it.
I don't want it. Bring it back. If Superman, if Kal-El ain't underground somewhere and come out like murking people, uncontrollably murking people, like uncontrolled Kal-El, I don't want it.
Yeah,
I
man.
want it.
Another disservice.
They had Kal-El underground forever.
I know. And I mean, they tried to do that with Supergirl, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah, it wasn't the same at all. Yeah.
No.
I have a problem with her as Supergirl, but it wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same, no.
It's like trying to tell a kid, like, the ice cream man. Can I have some money for the ice cream man? We got ice cream inside. It's not the same.
Right. It wasn't. It was cool to see Michael Keaton back as Batman because he was literally my first Batman.
Most definitely.
But I mean,
Batman.
That was supposed to lead into the Batgirl movie, which we never got. So that was just like a big.
I heard they shut that down.
Yeah, that was just a big whatever. You know what I mean? A whole movie filmed, edited, ready to go, never getting released. It's a tax write-off. Ain't that some shit?
So I'm like, yeah, James. So when James Gunn took over, I'm like, please bring some cohesion, bring some Kevin Feige cohesion to the DC universe. I know someone can do it.
Yes.
I know someone can do it. I'm like, please, Obi-Wan, you're our only hope. That's how I'm at, where I'm at right now, man.
I can only hope, man. Like, it's really, I feel like Superman is going to be make or break for them.
Bro, because it looks so good.
It really does.
It looks so good. Please, Superman. Little dude, the homie.
Yeah.
Please, Superman. Bro, you had me.
Yeah, it looks good.
No. Crypto Dragon Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you had me, bro. Come on. Now.
I just hope it doesn't get. My only concern is that I hope it's not too many characters because the trailer just drops.
They was throwing people off in there, man.
I'm just like,
Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl. You was out here throwing
Metamorpho, Lex.
Yeah, you was out here throwing folks, bro.
Yeah, that's my main concern. It's just like because a lot of people that was one of the biggest gripes that people had with Batman v Superman. It's like too many characters. He's introducing too many characters. Zack Snyder doesn't know what he's doing. But then James Gunn's doing the same thing right now with the Superman. It's supposed to be the first one. You know, this is the jumping off point. So can James Gunn handle it better than Zack Snyder? I guess only time will tell, and it comes out in a couple months. So
because I don't think this is like. I think he's been on the job for a while.
Yeah, that's what he said. But I mean, still, it's kind of. I mean, because we don't need to see Superman's origin. It's been beaten.
Nah, we don't need it. We know the story. We know the story.
No, Krypton blew up. He's an orphan. He flew into Kansas. Yada yada. A farm couple raised him. I got that.
Yeah, go to find the Dragon Balls and
right. You know, like Batman's parents are always going to get shot outside the movie theater. Superman's planet's always going to blow up. Peter Parker's Uncle Ben's always going to die. We don't need to retread any of that, but still, I mean, it's still going to be difficult to introduce people to a universe that's already in existence with heroes that a lot of people aren't familiar with if you're not a big nerd like yourself or myself. Like how many people really?
You always going to have that group of friends.
I'm just saying,
a group of friends that's like, who's that? Hey,
yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, how many people are gonna look at this movie and be like, "Who the fuck is Mr. Terrific?" I was like,
exactly what the first I'm about to bring up. I thought Green Lantern was black. Who's that?
Right? Exactly.
You gotta explain which Green Lantern that is, and the whole Green Lantern Corps.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I'm waiting for the Green Lantern show too. They're filming that right now, so I'm eager to see what happens with that too.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah. And I like the choice that they made, having it a younger Jon Stewart with a more older, chiseled Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
So I like that dynamic. I like that creative choice that he made for that. So
yeah, because for a while it was just mad speculation and wishful thinking. Then all of a sudden, bam, we getting it. I'm like, all right, we got information. Let's go.
Exactly. So I don't know, man. With that, I think we hit the nail on the head on that one. I will say this, just my last little final thought. One of the biggest disservices that we, just like the Superman Lives that we never got with Nicolas Cage, I think we were definitely robbed of a very, very potentially awesome Batman film in the Ben Affleck solo Batman film that never got made.
Yeah, bruh.
Because what I'll have to send you the link, man. There's a guy I follow on YouTube. He has a channel called Bullets and Blockbusters, where that's his whole purpose. His whole channel is about what if scenarios in film. Like, what if this was made? This is the original script, or this was the original yada yada. And he has a whole episode dedicated to what if what would happen if we got Ben Affleck's The Batman. And the story is bonkers, but it sounds fantastic. It literally sounds like the first Arkham game brought to life with a little more thrown in there. Because the ending of Zack Snyder's Justice League was supposed to be the original jump-off point to that film because...
Yeah, because he was supposed to direct that one, huh?
Yeah, he was supposed to direct it and write it and star. And Joe Manganiello was going to be... Obviously, he was supposed to be Slade Wilson, Deathstroke. And if for anyone...
We never got Deathstroke. That's another one.
Yes. For anyone that saw the Justice League the Snyder Cut, at the end of that, instead of the Justice League version, the crappy version we got where Lex Luthor talks to Slade and tells him we should create a league of our own, that's not what originally was supposed to happen. What originally was supposed to happen was I know the identity of Batman is what Lex Luthor offers to Slade, and Slade is interested in finding out. And so, with that said, Slade finds out that Bruce Wayne is Batman from Lex Luthor, which is supposed to lead into the events of the Batman film. And ultimately, Batman was going to get locked in Arkham with all of his rogues gallery. Basically, it was supposed to be it was basically supposed to be like the Arkham Asylum game.
Yeah.
But we never got it. So it's one of those big what if scenarios, So I guess only time will tell and see if they'll ever revisit something like that. It would be really awesome.
DC's What If?
Basically.
I am not the Watcher because I am not trying to get sued.
Right?
It is DC's What If?
Let's take a quick little break here. Let's hear from some of our affiliates of IE Sports Radio. We'll be right back with y'all with a little bit of wrestling news, and then we'll talk about the upcoming. Well, I don't even know. Actually, I don't think we have enough time for wrestling news. I have to pick up my kiddo from school here a little earlier than usual, but we'll go when we come back. We're gonna jump right into Backlash 2025 and our predictions for that card. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a moment, guys. Don't go anywhere.
What's up, Pittsburgh? This is Ralph Galise, the host of the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Are you that passionate diehard Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, or just a Pittsburgh sports fan? Then please join me on the Injury Report every Tuesday on IE Sports Radio, the direct feed for all that is sports, and I will update you on all that's black and gold. Have you telling your Pittsburgh fans and friends what's up with Pittsburgh sports. Tune in Tuesday with me, Ralph Galise, the User Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let's go!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy, Dentarius Locke.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That gives you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We are back live with the IE Wrestling Show, the Crescent City Savage and the SoCal Saint right here with you. We talked extensively. That Pop Culture Minute was more like a Pop Culture Hour, but hey, it's our show. We do what we want.
We was going hard, bro.
That's right. We're excited, man. You can tell our fandom is a high peak right now. And I'm interested to see what WWE has to offer this coming weekend with Backlash St. Louis. 5-match card, Triple H going back to his usual small cards, less is more tactic, I guess, the way he books his the shows that aren't the main four, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. And I think it's a pretty solid card for only being 5 matches. So it's coming to you live this coming Saturday, May 10th, from the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. It's going to be airing live on pay-per-view and live streaming on Peacock and on Netflix internationally. Peacock will be here in the United States. The event will feature John Cena's first appearance at a Backlash event since 2009, which will also be his last Backlash appearance as an in-ring performer due to his retirement tour currently going on right now. So that's crazy. He hasn't been on Backlash since 2009, and this will be his last one. And this is an interesting card. So made official this past Monday night on Raw for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We got Dominic Mysterio defending the Intercontinental title against Penta Cero Miedo. What do you think?
Man, I think Dominic retains. A lot of people are throwing out, different ideas and stuff, and I think like Dominic is starting to lean more towards going babyface because a lot of people are starting to like him. So, especially with the Finn Balor stuff. So, I don't know, man. Like I said, I do know. I know Dom is retaining, but I think he might get help from the squad, and he ain't gonna be up for that.
Right.
I think he wants to give Penta's respect.
I can see that, but then I could also see it's almost like the whole Damian Priest thing, because Priest was doing that too when he was world champion. Like, I got to do this on my own. And then it ended up ultimately backfiring on him, costing him the world title. And that was Finn being, that was Finn just, being like, you know what? Who died and made you leader, or whatever, and just like, and I think I feel like Finn's jealousy, especially since he's the one that took the pin at Mania, is going to outweigh that and maybe cost Dom the Intercontinental title.
That's possible.
Or he gets involved where it ends up being a disqualification. Penta gets the win. He doesn't get beat again. Dominic loses but doesn't lose the title. I mean, that's another scenario that I think is potentially possible as well.
That's possible.
Yeah. But I mean, Surefire should be a good match regardless. Let's see here. Next match on the card. This one I'm really looking forward to. Fatal 4-way match for the WWE United States Championship. Jacob Fatu defends the United States title against L.A. Knight. Yeah. Ian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Excuse me. I don't know. I think Jacob's retaining. I don't see Jacob losing this belt right away.
Jacob retains. All gas, no brakes.
That's right. All gas, no brakes. I mean, I think it's going to be a heavy hitting match, though, man. All these guys are going to put in the work. I
think Damian and Drew might cancel each other out because it still got the beat there, and it end up be LA Knight taking the fall again.
Probably. I can see that happening. Me and my dad, we went to SmackDown a couple weeks back, the SmackDown after Mania.
Yeah.
And, that was like they planted the seeds for this match on that night. When Jacob Fatu came out to cut a promo, and then LA Knight came out and interrupted him, which led to Drew McIntyre coming out and interrupting them both, and that led to a match between Drew and LA for the number one contender spot. And then that match got ruined because Solo came out and interfered, and then Damian showed up and chokeslammed Drew through a table, and then Jacob showed up and took out LA and Damian, and it was just like, in my head I already knew, like, oh man, this is gonna be a fatal 4-way, like, and then literally it got announced like the very next week. So like, I was not surprised that was the way to go because they literally planted the seeds that night in Fort Worth. So it was epic, man. That crowd was hot in Fort Worth for Jacob. He is over, man. Organically over. The crowd loves him.
100%.
The crowd loves him, man. All the heel heat was on Solo. He came out with Solo, but no love for Solo, and all the love was for Jacob. You know, it was cool to see. Next match on the card, which is so random that it came from just that one spot, the Raw after Mania, when he got choked out, and now we're getting a singles match. Pat McAfee goes one-on-one with the former World Heavyweight Champion, Gunter. I think this is going to be an utter devastating beatdown of Pat McAfee. There's no way Pat McAfee beats Gunter unless rumors are to be believed, and that rumors going around right now.
Won't you let it come out your mouth?
That Goldberg goes up and costs Gunter the match, helping his buddy Pat McAfee, which I didn't even think they were buddies, but apparently this is supposed to set up Gunter and Goldberg as one of the big main event matches for the 2-night SummerSlam this coming August.
Man, I just said don't let that.
I had to say it, man. I had to say it.
Don't let that evil come out your mouth.
You know, I don't know. I mean, that's
all that's the only one I can see. Other than that, he might, if it's a straight up match, he might get like one little hope spot and then get murdered.
I hope not. I hope it's just a beat down all the way. I like Pat, but Pat doesn't
I like him too.
He doesn't need to get any offense in on Gunter. There's no way he gets any legitimate offense on him.
Exactly. What he gonna do? He gonna do a crossbody on Gunther so Gunther can catch him and look at him stupid?
Exactly. He's gonna chop him off the sky. He'll probably chop him in midair,
bro.
Yeah, he's gonna chop him midair.
Like Doctor Strange and have all your soul leave your body.
Exactly. Nah, man, I can't get with that. But another thing, though, I'm surprised it's not on the card because I thought it was official for this event. I thought we were getting Jey Uso and Logan Paul for the world title.
Oh no, that's not.
I'm surprised it's not. I thought it was. I thought they were heading towards that, but I guess not.
Because they mentioned, I forgot what they mentioned. They didn't mention pushing it back. They just said it wasn't confirmed. They said you get in the match, but it's not gonna be at Backlash.
I guess Logan Paul's not allowed in St. Louis, like he's not allowed in Japan, or what? Shit.
No Logan Paul.
Right. Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Lyra Valkyria defends the title against Becky Lynch. I think Lyra definitely needed what happened on Raw. She needed to show some offense. She definitely needed that. And the crowd ate it up. The crowd was definitely behind her for that. And Lyra, she's a cute girl, man, but she's showing a little bit of toughness, which is definitely desperately needed. You know, Becky was getting the best of her too many times in a short amount of time, and Lyra needed to get some momentum going into this match. But do you see Lyra walking out still champion?
I don't. Because I think this may lead to, unless Bayley comes back and interferes.
Yes.
I think Becky's gonna take the belt from her, put some shine on it, and plus she hasn't been Intercontinental Champion because it just came out.
Right.
So she adds that to her accolades. She puts some shine on it, and that ends up leading to a Becky versus Bayley.
That's possible.
Which I'm down for. But yeah, Lyra did this.
Yeah.
Like, bro, all the stuff she's been doing, like her matches have been banging, but they haven't gave her no time on the mic.
No.
We talked about this on the show.
Yeah, we did.
Let her spit. They need to give us a reason, Other than her, woo. Other than that, give us a reason to back her up.
Yeah.
Give us a reason to care. She can wrestle. We need to see her on the mic spitting.
True. Yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah, she needed this right here. Her back and forth with Becky both nights was fire. She showed some fire on that mic.
Mm-hmm.
She was sitting there telling her what for, giving her the business. That's what we needed from our champion, from our Intercontinental champion. Let the girl cook.
Yeah, I agree. I would hope Lyra would actually retain the title because I feel like Becky doesn't need it. But
yeah,
it's more so like the title needs Becky, not so much Becky needs it. You know what I mean?
I want her to win. I want Lyra to retain because I want her to continue to grow.
Right.
Continue to grow and the lineage grow. But I kind of feel like, because like I said, I kind of feel like that's the direction they're going.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you there. I definitely agree. I mean, like you're on point with it because it's plausible. It makes sense. Like, and then Becky and Bayley can go off and do their thing because Bayley's never held that belt either. That's the only title she's missing from her Grand Slam, just like Becky is. That would definitely make her officially a Grand Slam champion. I mean, unless they get traded to SmackDown and then they can go for the United States Women's title, but whatever. But I know Becky was on the Raw Recap podcast that comes out after Raw, and she was like really adamant about being insulted and upset about people calling her Becky Hogan.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And she was like, which I mean, I would be upset too if you're comparing me to a racist piece of shit like that, but that goes without saying. You know what I mean? So I can imagine her frustration. And shout out to Shelton Benjamin. That goes without saying. Keep his name out your motherfucking mouth.
What you talking about, brother? You should be happy I mentioned you, Benjamin Shelton.
Benjamin Shelton. What a jackass. And just like MVP said, what a piece of human excrement. So shout out to Shelton Benjamin. Get his fucking name right if you're gonna say it, Hogan.
He's just mad because I won't let him with my daughter, and I won't let him have any real American beer, brother.
Jesus, if Hogan got set up next to a lie detector test, that shit would explode after the first question.
What are you trying to say, brother? The Hulkster speaks the truth, brother.
Oh yeah, like he was the first person that wrestled Brock Lesnar after he came back from the UFC. No. That was John Cena, you jackass. You weren't even.
I did wrestle him. I wrestled him in a YMCA, brother.
Oh God, Hogan is just so full of shit, dude.
You didn't say where, brother. I wrestled him in a YMCA in Pomona Beach, brother.
Hogan is such
the place out.
Oh God, what a lying piece of crap. But anyway, I mean, bro.
Have some real American beer and sit your ass down, brother.
No wonder he's a fan of Trump. He's like, he lies just like I lie, brother. Nothing we say is true, brother. Ugh, God.
I was the third man, brother.
I was gonna be the basis of Metallica, brother.
Oh, bro. The basis of Metallica.
I was in Dallas with JFK, dude, even though I was in Florida. But I was there, brother. I was on the grassy knoll. I was the real shooter. Not that Lee Harvey Oswald. It was me, brother.
I was supposed to be on Boy Meets World instead of Vader, brother, but I had to cancel last minute, brother.
I put the flag on the moon, brother. One false step for man, one giant leap for the Hulkster, dude.
Backlash was really supposed to be named after me, brother.
Oh, God.
They're going to make it Hulkamania, Hulk Backlash, brother.
That's right, brother. Wrestling would be nothing without me, brother.
I didn't snitch on anybody, brother. No, you took the Hulkster, brother.
Right. That don't work for me, brother. Unions, us getting health care, that don't work for me, brother.
That don't work for me, brother. That don't work for me, brother. I get my money, brother. I got my bag, brother.
Ugh. Anyway,
Woo!
the main event, one last time. Probably one of the most classic feuds of the modern era of the WWE. John Cena defends the undisputed WWE Championship against his longtime rival. And for the first time ever in this feud, they're trading spots. A heel Cena versus a babyface Randy Orton in his backyard of St. Louis. Does Randy Orton win number 15, or does John Cena continue as the one last great champion?
John Cena retains, but it's gonna be a brawl. It's gonna be a Donnybrook, man. But
yeah,
man, John Cena definitely retaining. He gonna get that fire heat from St. Louis for beating their hometown homie, especially babyface Orton.
Babyface Orton, yeah. This is the first time. It's so crazy that we're getting a first time. You know, I do want to see Cena retain, because I say this. I know it almost sucks because it feels like it'd have to be put on the back burner, which I feel like that would screw up what they're doing on TV right now. But it's literally the next pay-per-view next month, and I would love to see them revisit Cena and Punk at
Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Yep.
I think that would be fucking awesome.
Bruh, the juxtapose.
Yes.
Now seeing Punk having to be the hero.
Yes.
To get the belt back.
Right? It's that's so crazy. Cena is threatening to leave the company at the end of this run with the title and never come back. He keeps saying they're going to have to make a new belt. It's not going to mean anything because he's going to be the last champion.
Yep.
And you got to go to the guy who literally blew a kiss to Voldemort and ran out of the arena with the title at Money in the Bank 2011. You know what I mean? It's so, like you said, the juxtapose is just, it writes itself, man. Like,
bruh, that was the most classic image of CM Punk over the guardrail, blowing the kiss. Bruh.
Can you imagine the promos that these guys could have against each other, and Punk being like, did I ever see myself all these years later being the guy that they're coming to stop you? No, but I will. I'll fly that flag for one night if it means taking that title off of you.
Bruh, I want to hear John Cena like he came at Randy Orton. How dare you?
Right?
Weren't you the one that was going over the guardrail, blowing the kiss, and now you want to come and stop me?
Right.
You thought Randy Orton cussed John Cena out the way you came at him.
Exactly.
How dare you? Tell him to go have some kids. You know that was a sore subject.
That shit was funny. That shit was so funny.
That was gangster.
But I mean, they're gonna have a badass match regardless, him and Orton. But yeah, I think Cena retains. It's gonna be a Donnybrook, like you said. It's gonna be an all-out brawl between them. Do we see a possible return of Cody, or you think it's too soon?
I think it's too soon because, like you said, you don't want to set up Cody and Cena. You want to set up Punk. So you're gonna let that chill. You're gonna let Punk and all them do their thing. Seth Rollins and them do their thing on Raw, but you kind of want to save this. You want to let this one breathe. Let Cena have his moment, get his heat, and then ship on out.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, Backlash is going to be. I think it's going to be a good show, regardless. I don't see it not being a good show. But I feel like a lot of the matches will have predictable endings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just that. I mean, a lot of the times those post WrestleMania shows are really like that, though. Are always
they just up to further along storylines.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we got a little bit of time left, man. If you want to get in a couple of wrestling news things before we just sign off for the night or the day, I think it goes without saying. I think we should touch base on this.
Hopefully releases.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that, but actually, this is what I wanted to touch base on. Oh God, where is it? Oh man, where is it? Where'd it go? I'm trying to find it. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. I have it here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this was. Oh man, this is a few weeks back. I'm so late on talking about this, but I think we need to just touch a little bit of base on it. So, former WCW United States champion, two-time Super Bowl champion, member of the NFL Hall of Fame, former member of the Four Horsemen, Steve.
Oh yeah.
Passed away after his battle with the ALS. He was taken off life support and shortly passed away later on that day. It was back on April 23rd, 24th, something like that. And I know it kind of just lost my train of thought. It just went right over my head. We didn't talk about it on the show, and I just wanted to show respect to him, Mongo and his family and his friends, and just give him his flowers and send our condolences and prayers to his family and friends, and just rest in peace, Mongo McMichael, man. I remember Mongo was one of the first guys I remember seeing being a part of the Four Horsemen. Like he was, when I started watching wrestling, he was a part of the Four Horsemen. It was him, Arn, Rick, and Benoit were horsemen, and he was in the midst of his United States title run whenever that happened.
Yeah, man, because around that time, I was just getting into WCW on my own, and I was like, oh, he played football.
Yeah,
I knew him from this. And I went back and I knew he was part of the Bears Super Bowl team. I was like, oh,
yeah, he was.
Okay. Yeah.
And when I started going back,
my pop was like, "Oh, what Mongo doing on wrestling?" I was like, "You know him?" He was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "All right." But yeah, I knew him from the Four Horsemen.
Yep.
That iteration of Horsemen, Flair, Mongo, Arn Anderson, Benoit. They was going through it and stuff. That was my and him on commentary too, man.
Yeah, he was original commentator for Nitro before he was a wrestler.
Yeah, man. So. And that was my era of WCW.
To go back even further, when I started watching old tapes, when I started hitting the video store and renting old tapes, he was a part of LT's crew of NFL players, and was with him in his corner for WrestleMania 11 against Bam Bam Bigelow.
Wow.
Yeah, he was in the corner there. Reggie White was there with him too, and there was a lot of NFL players that were in LT's corner. For that night.
Mongo was with him.
Yeah, Mongo was there with hhim. So if you ever watch that match between LT and Bam Bam, you'll see Mongo in the corner of LT that night.
I gotta go back and watch that back. Like I said, I watched that was I forgot who was all in his corner and stuff. I remember the match, but I forgot who all was in his corner.
Yeah, I know Mongo and Reggie White stand out as being in his corner that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this has been announced. Survivor Series will be taking place November 29th in San Diego at Petco Park. It's going to be, I guess it's a stadium show, right? Petco Park Stadium. So damn, they're going Survivor Series San Diego. It doesn't say War Games, so I don't know if they're going to revisit War Games or not. I don't know. A lot of people have been griping about the whole War Games thing lately. I enjoy it, because it's different, because I've been sick of the whole traditional 5-on-5, but I also do see people's points saying they missed the whole drama of a 5-on-5 match. But a lot of them haven't all been great. People always go back to like the same one. They talk about that night that Dolph Ziggler, outlasted everybody on his team, and that's when Sting showed up in WWE. That was in 2014, y'all. A lot of those traditional 5 matches were shit after that. They weren't all great.
Man.
But people always go back to that one like, man, we want this. Like, yeah, that was like almost 10 years ago, y'all. Or it was 10 years ago. Like, it was more than 10 years ago now. Like, and a lot of the ones that called after that weren't
brand thing they doing and stuff, it kind of defeats the purpose. Because you got dudes hop skipping from brand to brand. It's not like it's any special. Like, oh, this is Team SmackDown. Oh, this is Team Raw.
Exactly.
NXT.
And I hate when they do that. The whole like, okay, guys, it's the month of November. We got to hate each other now. We got to be brand pride. We got to be proud of SmackDown. Wear our blue shirts. We got to wear our red shirts for Raw because we're proud. You know, like I hate that. Like that whole just like all of a sudden the switch flips, and then once Survivor Series is over, it just goes back to business as usual. I never was a fan of that because if you don't see people harping their brand throughout the entire year until November hit.
Nope. Because you're going to show up on Raw anyway.
Exactly.
Ain't you supposed to be on SmackDown? No, I'm on Raw because the guy I don't like's on Raw, right? And I need to go get him.
So I think War Games is fine, honestly. Like I don't mind it. I feel bad for the UFC. I think didn't we talk about this already? That Def Rebel is now going to be doing the entrance music for UFC.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. So Def Rebel, the people that make a lot of the terrible theme songs we have now, will now be making theme songs for UFC fighters. UFC fighters usually use mainstream songs for their walkouts, but TKO is now using Def Rebel to cut costs. Fuck.
Cut what cost? They supposed to be making all these record breaking money and stuff, and you cutting costs for what?
I know. I don't know, man.
Build your new double-decker pool, what you call them? What they call that, immortal pool, whatever the hell. What cost is you cutting?
I have no clue.
Cheapskates,
right?
That Death Rebel kids, they still on the payroll, or let's go put them to work.
That's right. So this year, WWE will not be returning to Saudi Arabia this year for the first time in a long time. No Saudi shows this year.
No Crown Jewel for you, brother.
They're saving that Saudi show for next year in January. They're going to the Royal Rumble. They're going there for Royal Rumble. So this year, for the first time, Crown Jewel will be taking place from Perth, Australia. So WWE has announced that for the first time this year, first time ever, Crown Jewel will not take place in Saudi Arabia, but will instead take place in Perth, Australia. And it'll be 3 events. Friday, October 10th, SmackDown in Perth, Crown Jewel Perth, Saturday, October 11th. And then the following Monday, October 13th, Monday Night Raw in Perth. So you got 3 events, all in Australia. And Crown Jewel will be taking place for the first time in Australia. I'm all for that. Thumbs up for that. I'm cool with that. Give Australia some big show. So I'm cool with that.
Where is my Australia? Where is my Crown Jewel?
Where is my Ultimate Warrior?
Where is my Ultimate Warrior? I want my Andre the Giant and Yokozuna. You still promise me Yokozuna.
Oh, God. This is cool. I wanted to shout this out, man. Congratulations to good brother, Carl Anderson, on his Talking Shop podcast with Doc Gallows. Celebrated his 500th day of sobriety 3 days ago. He says he's feeling great, and he feels like a 22-year-old again. And shout out to the Good Brothers. It's been made official. They are now signed to New Japan Pro Wrestling. So they're going back to their roots, going back to New Japan to get that big Japanese money. And they're going to be making their first appearance at NJPW, I believe, Resurgence, teaming with the Young Bucks against the War Dogs, Bullet Club War Dogs. So it's Bullet Club OGs versus Bullet Club War Dogs. So that's going to be an interesting 8-man tag to see.
I was wondering if they was going to link up with the War Dogs. Apparently so.
Apparently so.
From each other.
Yep. This is going to make you feel super old, man. As of yesterday, WWE has been WWE longer than they were WWF.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, no.
Yes.
That's wild.
That is so wild. Yep. WWE has been WWE longer than they were WWF. They stopped being the WWF in 2002. And 2002 to what? What are we, 2025? How many years is that?
Man.
I'm doing the math real quick. That's 23 years. So they have been WWE for 23 years. I'll be right back. I gotta grab a package. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I just saw on the Ring camera that I got the package. So a package just got delivered for my wife. Sorry, let me text her. Sorry, I know this is live, but yeah, whatever. But isn't that crazy? That makes me feel old as hell.
Wild.
That is just wild, yeah. Let's see here. What's another? Okay, so TNA, I don't know if you heard the news here. TNA sent out a press release to their wrestlers. They have banned excessive blood and blading during matches. TNA officials informed talent of the news in a meeting. The decision was made to protect the health of the talents as well as keeping current and potential advertisers and partners in mind. It was noted that sometimes accidental or hard way, blood will happen and is understandable, but purposeful, heavy bloodletting is now banned. There was a dog collar match taped for a TNA event between Steve Macklin and Eric Young. That excessive blood, and apparently that's going to be the last one for now of something that you'll see like that. So, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I guess, they're trying, I feel like they shouldn't you shouldn't over rely on it. You know what I mean? Blood should be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't always be, you shouldn't be fucking Moxley out here bleeding week in and week out. You know what I mean? I swear, like, Moxley has like the thinnest skin. He bleeds if you just like flick him in the forehead.
The trip part is he hasn't bled in a while.
This is very true. He hasn't bled in a while because I think he was starting to hear those criticisms probably. Because it was literally like almost week in and week out he was bleeding.
Just about every match he turned around, he was bleeding buckets.
Exactly.
Win the title, hasn't bled since.
That's true. Yeah, right. I want to clear this up. There was a story going around from this sports website in Mexico or newspaper or something. I can't remember if it was a magazine or an internet page or something, but this person was stating that WWE had signed 8 AAA wrestlers: Nino Hamburguesa, Lady Maravilla, Lady Flamer, La Hydra, or Hydra, La Parca, Vikingo, Hijo de Dr. Wagner, and most controversially,
Alberto Del Patron.
Alberto Del Patron, a.k.a. Alberto Del Rio. That is not the case. That is not the case.
Nope.
WWE absorbs the contract that's already in place when they purchase AAA. They did not give any of these guys a new contract, not yet anyway, and they certainly haven't given Alberto Del Rio a new WWE contract. I doubt that's going to happen. I honestly doubt that.
Nope.
And I would be shocked if Alberto Del Rio even shows up at the Worlds Collide show. I feel like Alberto's going to be gone before the show, before they start announcing matches, because it's just a lot of trouble with him, man. A lot of trouble. The whole thing with Paige. And then he literally almost went to jail for kidnapping an ex-girlfriend of his. Like, allegedly. Let's put that alleged. I don't want Alberto to come out and try to sue us. But, you know what I mean? It's just a whole mess. It's a more problems than he's worth. You know what I'm saying? And
100%. Like, I can see him, and I can see not him, but I can see WWE and Vikingo because they had him at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They had him come to the ring most prominently during the Phoenix match.
That's right.
I see them trying to introduce fans to him, and plus they have the Worlds Collide pay-per-view coming out.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try to put the belt on Vikingo before then. You know, get the belt off of him. You know,
so
and apparently, Jeremy Borash, very famous for his TNA days, he works very closely with Shawn Michaels in NXT. Jeremy Borash will be joined by Conan, and he will be a part of the creative team of AAA. So Conan and Jeremy Borash are the two main creative heads for AAA currently. At least that's what the rumor is. Under WWE and TKO's umbrella. Yeah, so let's real quick before we sign off, let's talk about those releases, man. The big spring bus flip just happened. A lot of people were released, man. A lot of NXT, a lot of them were majority NXT talents. We lost Kari Jackson. We lost. Let me see. I got the full list.
Cora Jade.
That was super surprising to me.
That was weird.
Yeah. So let me see here. Where is my list at?
Riley Osborne.
I got. Okay, so we got Shotzi, whose contract is not being renewed, much like how they did with oh God, what's her name? Oh my God, she was the other girl in the PFC or whatever. What the hell is her name?
Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville. They didn't release her. They just told her they weren't renewing her contract.
Yeah.
Shotzi got that same treatment. Danny Palmer, Javier Bernal, Oro Mensah, no longer under contract. The entire group of Gaylis, the Coffee Brothers, and Wolfgang, no longer under contract. Jakari Jackson, Riley Osborne, Eddie Thorpe, Cora Jade, Gigi Dolan, Shayna Baszler, Katana Chance, and Kaden Carter, Dakota Kai, and Braun Strowman. I'm so sad because I love me some Dakota. I love me some Gigi for two obvious reasons.
That was wild.
But I think Gigi's going to be just fine. She's probably going to end up in TNA with her husband, Zachary Wentz. Like, I'd really be shocked if she didn't. Maybe Shotzi will go there and they'll continue Chemical X with the two of them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, a lot of them was being used on TNA.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, maybe a lot of people think Jakari might end up in AEW because she's a big fangirl for Kenny Omega. So, I mean, that's a potential. I mean, any place of potential for them. Like, the landscape is not what it used to be. You can make a career. It's not the end of the world leaving the WWE. But it is just random. Like, a lot of the names were just like, wow, like, shocking.
I was surprised about Cora Jade because she was being used on TNA and NXT.
Yeah.
And I understand if you think that if you worried about her injury history and stuff, but she had just came back.
Yeah.
And she had been used, like I said, on TNA and NXT.
But she was injury prone. Like, I mean, it's not a lie. Like, she did have more injuries than, I think she had more time injured than she didn't. But what makes me like surprised is that they got rid of Cora, but not Nikita Lyons, because she's just.
I was just about to say that because Nikita Lyons had got injured, came back for like 2 matches, and was out again.
Exactly. Nikita Lyons isn't even in her 30s, and she's got 2 knee braces from 2 knee surgeries on both knees. You know what I'm saying?
What you would call him is 24, like if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like 24.
Yeah.
If you give one grace, you can give her the same grace.
Exactly. So I'm surprised, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe they have plans for Nikita and they didn't have plans for Cora. I really don't know.
I don't know. She ain't been on TV. I haven't seen her on TV since Hup was a pup.
She was on Evolve last night.
Evolve.
I know. I'm just saying she was on television. She was there. It was it wasn't NXT, but she was on TV sometime. She was on Evolve shaking her ass, so
hey.
Do what you got to do, right?
Yep.
And then
that was wild, though.
Dakota was really shocking, man. I'm surprised they got rid of Dakota again, man.
That was But
that hurt my soul. I love me some Dakota.
They let her go and then brought her back,
and then did it again. Let her go again. WWE does this every year after WrestleMania, though. Like people act surprised that this happens every year, but it's not. It happens every single year. They always have what I call it spring cleaning. After WrestleMania, they always do these post WrestleMania releases all the time.
It's just wild about who they let go, though.
True. I mean, I will say that's true.
Because you pretty much gutting your women's tag team division.
Basically.
Like, they literally don't care.
Yeah, that's true. Literally, just got rid of them all.
Like that what they did on NXT, splitting up Metaphor. That was some what you would call foreshadowing.
Yeah, and then they let go of all of them. And apparently
they turned around and said they let go everybody except for
Noam and Lash.
They kept Noam Dar and they kept Lash Legend.
Yeah, I heard the rumor going around is that Lash Legend might show up on the main roster as Becky Lynch's heater. She's gonna be like her heavy.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I heard that recently. Wild. Yeah,
but they need her more as a tag team because they got tag team belts, but no tag teams.
I know.
And you just murdered like three or four of them.
Yep. And they got rid of the best homegrown tag team and Kaden and Katana.
That they don't use.
Yep.
And the trip part, and they, like I said, they don't never give them any storyline so we can find out why we want to root for them other than they have good matches.
And again, like my damn 2K25 roster is gutted because literally almost half the roster is gone now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, can't use that one no more.
During a Q&A session with Bill Apter, one of the most famous minds in wrestling, a fan of wrestling, he wrote many articles for Pro Wrestling Illustrated. He was a photographer. I would definitely say Bill Apter's opinion and info is very, very highly regarded. He's like the antithesis.
OG.
He's the antithesis of Dave Meltzer. Let's put it that way. I would trust Bill Apter, then I would trust Dave Meltzer. You know what I'm saying?
He's a definite OG. He's a precursor.
Exactly. So recently, just last night actually, he did a Q&A session with Bill Apter, and he disclosed that WWE has done an agreement with Braun Strowman that he has been released for now, but he will be called for storylines whenever needed. Braun Strowman apparently has 15% paralyzation in his left leg.
Wow.
Which that's no one's ever said anything. No, you've never heard anything anywhere but this. So this is the first time anyone's heard this. His WWE salary apparently was too high, which is why WWE released him.
That's why they released him the first time.
Exactly. He noted the departure wasn't bitter, and Strowman would be open to a short-term comeback if contacted in a few months or a year, and the company is just fine with that. So I trust what Bill Apter is saying here, because I mean, like, no one else is talking about this. You didn't hear this on Meltzer. You didn't hear this anywhere else. I don't know. To me, Bill Apter is a very highly respected entity in professional wrestling, and he is up there, man. And Bill Apter's still kicking. You know, he's still doing his thing, man. Still going to wrestling shows. Still, talking to wrestlers, interviewing wrestlers. You know, he's in the loop and has always been in the loop for many, many decades. But that's crazy to hear. I didn't know Braun was having any issues with.
Yeah, especially after that match he had with Fatu.
Right, and I mean, I guess it makes sense because he did just come back from a neck injury, right? Wasn't it a neck injury? So it makes sense. Well, no, it was okay. After WrestleMania 23, it was not 23, 33. It was no, not 33. Jesus, 38. He had a neck injury. And so I wonder if that's a result of that, when he had the neck fusion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall hearing a big man like that ever having to have neck fusion surgery. I mean, so who knows? Maybe because he is so damn large, there'd be a little bit of side effects in that respect. But I mean, I guess that's good to know, like, that the door is open for him to come back eventually, and I'm sure the door is open for any of them to come back at some point. They always say the door is always open. If something comes up, we'll give you a call, type of thing. I mean, it's not the end all be all. I mean, some guys they bring back, some guys they don't. But we're in a world today where it's not the end of the world to be released by the WWE.
Yeah, a lot of people feel like Cora Jade, she's going back under her indie name. A lot of people feel like she'll be gone for a while, but she'll build her equity back up, her stock back up, and she'll probably be back like down the line.
Yeah.
Straight to the main roster because she done, she pulled the Drew McIntyre. But that there's for every Drew McIntyre, some people get scooped up someplace else and they just like, what? I like it here. So I'm gonna stay over here.
That's true.
So we'll see how that work out. Like I said, like you said, TNA, their women's division got kind of gutted. Like when Jordan Grace left, and Deanna Purrazzo and them left too. So they need to restock. And man, you could do better than Gigi Dolan, Jakara Jackson. She was on her way up. You could use some flavor, and definitely Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. If they definitely want to stick together as a tag team, right to TNA.
That's right.
Tag team division writes itself.
Exactly. I could see them showing up there. I will say this, for all you gooners out there, Cora Jade has just signed up for that certain fan site that
OF?
The OF, yeah.
That didn't take long.
No, it did not, and she's set a date for because she'll be a free agent in 30 days. Unlike the main roster where they're not free agents for 90 days.
Yeah,
NXT is different. Yeah. When you're released from NXT, it's 30 days. So come June, all you gooners out there, get your credit cards ready, I guess.
Thirst traps.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So yeah, I guess we got to touch base on a little bit of things. You got anything to plug, man, before we sign off today?
Dynamite was last night. It was fire. Collision is on tonight because of the
NBA finals,
the basketball NBA playoffs. So get your Collision in on a Thursday. Other than that, holla at me. High noon on a Saturday. Got a lot of Saints and LSU news. The Pelicans may do something weird. If they do, I'll let you know. Other than that, I'm going to watch Netflix.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, shit. We come to the end of our show here. Tuning in to the Wrestling Show. And please, I'm showing the links right now, or the promotion right here. Go to my homeboy right here, 7. Hit up his official X and his X pages, who is official and @_IE. Scrolling down below, you see the name of his show, The Christmas Connection, airs live Saturdays, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check it out this weekend, please. Happy to put it. Please give some love to my autism awareness page at mydailygroom.com. Go to mydailygroom.com/shop and check out all the cool stuff that's in my shop there. Right there, I said that wrong. That link. Keep the link scrolling down below. Take a picture and get a screenshot. Use the promo code TCW for 15% off at checkout on the entire purchase. And please continue to follow IE Wrestling Show on X, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Thank y'all for tuning in to this awesome episode. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed doing it for y'all. For the Christmas City Savage, I'm the SoCal Saint. We'll see y'all next time. Take care, y'all. Peace.